Greetings! I'm Wet Hamster, and with me we have Suspicious Dish today.
Great clipping there. Look at that.
Yep, love that clipping. That weapon is... I'm not gonna use it.
So are you a
that
fashion model with the Lazy Susan thing now?
Well, it's a good way to show off the armor and equipment and see those lovely, lovely zoomed-in pixels. But even this weapon, as it's upgraded, it is terrible. That's why I'm not going to be using it.
So what are you going to be using?
What am I going to be using? Well, we'll see in a moment. Well, I'll be using the
Is
Raptors.
that a gun lance? It's taller than you.
That is a gun lance made of wood, for some reason.
That doesn't sound useful.
It isn't a useful weapon. Trust me.
Okay, so I'm glad you got that in check. Okay, so we've got things, haven't we?
Yeah. I'm showing off some more stuff.
Is this what we're going to be using?
I don't think this is what I'm going to be using, or else I'm thinking of a future video where I use something else.
You can target the watermelon pig. Can you kill him?
You can pet him, and then he'll follow you around.
Can you use your weapon on the watermelon pig?
No, but I can put him in ridiculous costumes so he suffers more.
Something more ridiculous than that?
Yeah, I can dress him up like a sheep.
I don't think that's more ridiculous.
I can dress him up in tight white spandex with little wings.
That's not more ridiculous.
I can dress him up in a princess outfit.
You can go places with that, I think.
Yeah. So the hard hitter. Basically, this weapon was a pain to upgrade. For those of you at home who've been following the Let's Play properly.
Unlike me.
Well, I need guest commentary. I'm desperate. Oh god. But you need lots of Gypceros heads. Lots and lots and lots and lots of them. And that's kind of what, in the live commentary version of the video, I've just kind of been like...
And that's why you went to GameFAQs and downloaded the save file, right?
No.
You're not going to tell them that? Brown. Seriously?
No, why would I do that? That's boring.
Don't lie. You told me this in the pre-recording. You told me this.
I think your lie is breaking up there.
The save file, so don't even lie.
I think your lie is breaking up a little there since you laughed halfway through.
Sure.
But the scissor gun lance, I think I upgraded that one too a little bit. But
is that made of meat?
That. It's actually made of crab. It's crab shell.
What?
Yeah, it's made of a giant crab.
Okay.
Like the shield is part of its pincer.
So this is why I don't follow the LP, because it's just like this.
It doesn't make sense, exactly.
Exactly. I mean, not that I'm any better. I mean, Elebits doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Well, but Elebits is fun and cool, and you get to mess around with physics.
Yes. I assume none of those adjectives apply to this game.
Well, I guess it depends on the type of game you like. It doesn't have physics, let's put it that way. It does have me getting annoyed at a giant fish monster who is just going to be staying there away from me.
And invisible walls that you can apply a running animation to. Yep. Oh, lazy game designers. Oh, and cuts, too. Oh, was that a cut?
No, that wasn't a cut. That was, it's because it snaps to a certain angle when you go fishing. But you have a stupid bug who's messing me up. What I'm trying to do is, you can actually fish that big monster out and give yourself a little advantage. Some free hits.
You don't want to kill the things beforehand before you fish, or?
There's unlimited of them. You kill one, immediately one will pop up.
Great, I guess.
They're basically there to harass you during the combat itself.
So,
yeah, so,
welcome to Fishing Simulator 2000. I'm Suspicious Dish.
Big
With
bass
me
fishing.
I have Wet Hamster.
It's the new Big Bass Fishing for the PSP.
Yes, yeah. Look at all that serene... Oh, yeah, they actually have, the real Florida waterflies, too. It's very relaxing.
But he's already noticed me. That if it hadn't been for that bug, I would have gotten him fished out. And oh, there he is. It's more like an amphibian.
That is in no way any sort of discernible creature. Is he like a fish? Is he a bird?
Well,
Is he a reptile? It's sort of like
it's-
they were like, I like fish, I like reptiles, I like birds. Let's just make
well,
a big.
the game is all about big dinosaur-type monsters.
Sure, but you mean they
But-
didn't even think about the classification and sort of?
They do actually think about the classification. For example, they call this a Pisces because it is basically as fish-related as you can get to in Monster Hunter, I guess. By fish-related, I mean there are all kinds of weird fish, like sandfish and stuff like that.
Yep.
And they will all murder you, of course. That move right there, just so you know, where it smashes with its hip like that, it is basically one brick wall of a hitbox that comes towards you and will, in most cases, one or two shot you.
That's great because it didn't, because the animation didn't really come anywhere near you. Look at that.
Yeah, exactly. It is, just so you know, it is what is considered the bullshit attack from this monster. Also, he will step on you. Basically, any lance-type user with a shield, they probably have the easiest time fighting this guy.
So what is this guy called?
Plesioth.
So Plethioth or whatever?
Something like that.
So tell me,
Oh,
what the
you probably
fuck
just
Plethioth
enraged
then?
like half of the Monster Hunter fans out there by calling it Plethios.
There are Monster Hunter fans?
I get, yeah. Basically, whenever I get the calling wrong, people call me out on it and get really pissed. Whenever I
Okay.
say the name wrong way. So don't feel bad. But yeah, I have it easy because I can just stand between his legs, block, and stab his belly over and over. And that's what you're going to see most of the fight going on about. Because I do not want to be... I want to be right under it so I don't get hit by the hitbox. Also, he has like a water spray attack, like Metal Gear Ray.
Who?
If you played the Metal Gear games.
Nope.
No. Well, it's like a concentrated beam of water. I cannot block that, and it's pretty much his most powerful attack. And I think while enraged, he will one-shot.
What was that?
What was what? Where he flopped on the ground?
Yeah.
That's... You can actually trip the monsters if you attack their legs enough.
He's like doing all these sort of awesome attacks with dexterity, and then you trip him like that, and he flops around instead of getting up like a regular person,
Well,
a regular monster, I guess.
Well,
It's
it
like-
needs to give you some time to attack him. Basically,
Looks so
wanting to
awesomely
play it.
silly.
Yeah.
Well,
A lot of
awfully
this game is silly.
I guess. Depends on the point of view. So what is that thing that's flashing next to your name?
You mean the red, blue sword shield icon?
Yep.
The different buffs. The sword is a attack up. The shield is a defense up. Oh god, I need those. And the red and blue icons are respectively a hot and cold drink, which protect me from the different weather effects.
And I see your cat has turned into a piece of tofu with a ribbon on top of her.
Yep.
Nice.
That just means she's been knocked out for a while.
Oh, that
Cat
doesn't
is
mean she
immortal.
turned into a vegetarian?
Something like that.
Oh, okay.
Also hip check. Thank goodness Plesioth wasn't enraged there.
I see you also have 3 fence posts out of 5.
Bullets.
Or crayons, I guess, too?
Yeah, they do look like crayons.
Okay.
What is that company again that makes crayons that look like that?
Crayola?
Crayola, yes. The thing is, we actually do get them here in Denmark. It's just, they're pretty expensive.
They're expensive over here, too, but
They're ridiculously expensive over here.
they're ridiculously expensive
really?
over here.
Well,
Our
I guess
country pays more for things than yours, haha!
considering Denmark, I think at the moment is the most expensive country in the world to live in. Yeah, I don't think so. But that's just because of taxes, really. But I've complained plenty of times about taxes, and anybody who in America who complains that, oh, it's so expensive to get gas, well, come live here for a while. Oh, and he ran away. Now, here's an interesting note. It's very deceptive that the Plesioth will run away, because there's no way for the Plesioth to go. The Plesioth is just hiding, so I did not realize this at the time. So I'm going out and going, okay, there's one more spot with water. Going out checking. Notice there's no way for the Plesioth to get in or out. So, in theory, what I should have done was I should have just stood outside and waited. Not outside, but in the cave and waited. So, I quickly realized this when I noticed that, oh, I took an item for it to show on the map where the monster is. I noticed that the monster's still in there. Not sure why they did it that way. But this is like a first Monster Hunter generation map. This is the second generation of games where they use some of the first generation maps.
Sure, I understood none of that, but I'll just go along with it.
But basically, Game 1 and Game 2.
So you're gonna fish for him again?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to fish for him again when he hasn't noticed me. Right. Big fish, though.
What kind of lure are you using?
A frog.
Nice.
They like frogs.
Now, are you using a metal or a wood pole?
I have no idea what fishing pole I'm using now. If it had been a game like
is it a nylon
I know
string
people are
or
gonna keep
what?
What?
Is it a nylon string? Do you know?
No.
Do they just give you a fishing rod? You don't have to go out and buy one?
They just give you a fishing rod. There he is. Little corner. Idiot.
Why would he, of all people, be attracted by your frog? I don't think he's attracted by the frog. I think he's attracted by you. Even if you didn't have the fishing rod, and you just stood there, I bet he would just come here.
Honestly, then I would need to take the helmet off. I mean, the fro is pretty great.
Oh, actually, maybe he's attracted by the crab.
Oh, yeah, it's dinner.
It's dinner?
It's what's for dinner. But that is how it looks when you fish him up. And then he flops on the ground for a while there, and you get some free hits off. Also, occasionally he'll drop a shite, which is goodies.
That just looks terrible.
It is. But I will take any free hit I can get off of this guy.
Alright. So, with that, we're back to this again.
Yep. Back to between his legs and trying not to die horribly.
Alright.
I should also point out to you, every time I use Sonic Bomb to get him out of the water, or every time I fish him up, he starts out enraged.
Sure.
And if you don't use those methods to get him out in the water, he would just swim around and try to take pot shots at you with his sort of water breath weapon.
So do you have, like, weight in this game? I mean, like, do you have, like, an inventory that has, like, weight and stuff like that?
No, you don't actually have weight, but you do have limited amount of spots.
Okay.
So you can't just bring a million items. And if you're using a ranged weapon, you gotta bring ammo, so you can't really bring as many items with you.
Oh, so ammo takes up a separate spot in the inventory?
No, it takes up the actual inventory space, which is, in hindsight, a really bad thing that they fixed in later games where you actually have an ammo pouch.
Yeah, sounds like it's supposed to add depth to the gameplay, but it just sounds like it'll just be annoying.
Well, in the second game and the first game, and I'm playing the PSP port of the second game, they basically came out for the PS2, so like the game development of the Monster Hunter series has come quite a far ways at least. Unfortunately, all the leaps and bounds in development has come in the MMO, which...
Wait. So you're using a whetstone on crab. You're
Yeah.
sharpening crab.
Don't question it. It's video game logic.
No, I am questioning it. That's what we do. Well, that's what I do, rather. What more people should do. Oh, too bad you're a cat turned into burnt tofu now.
Yeah, now he's down for a really long time. Basically, after you get knocked down enough times in there. they're basically just out for like several minutes.
Yeah, you got to know that when you cook tofu, you can't overdo the heat. You have to keep it on low and let it simmer for a little while. Okay?
You see, I'm not a vegetarian, so I don't eat tofu.
I'm not a vegetarian either, but tofu's delicious.
Ugh, who are you? What did you do with suspicious dish?
So, the thing about tofu is that it's a sponge. On its own, it's awful. But if you put anything else inside with it, it'll suck up all the flavor.
Okay.
So what you do is you take a dish that's delicious and also a bit suspicious, and you add tofu, and it will suck up everything and all the flavors and make it wonderful.
I don't know. I think it'll have too much of a suspicious taste.
No, it won't. Well, if you use it in a suspicious dish, it will, but otherwise, no, it'll have a fairly regular taste.
Well, I think maybe I should have you talk to my sister, who's a vegetarian. Her turkey tofu dish thing did not taste good.
Then she did it wrong. See, just like you did to Faye. She burnt it, or she may have burnt it. She may have used too soft tofu. You have to do it right. It requires expertise to make proper tofu. But when you do it right, it's wonderful. Also, I recommend you use extra firm tofu as well.
Extra firm?
Oh, yes.
For her pleasure?
No.
Oh, that joke was a little too easy to make.
It was. That's why I said no.
I apologize to anybody who had to head desk there.
No, you don't.
No, you're right. I don't. I feel no remorse whatsoever. But now that I've started damaging,
I can tell. You're not being sincere. Sincere.
Yeah. Well, I never am. But now that I've actually started damaging the legs a lot more, I'm able to trip him more easily.
Hold on, I have to alt-tab to the actual video. Okay, there we go.
Well, you just missed a lot of tripping action if you did that.
No, I just cracking a joke, sorry.
Oh. I thought you were serious. Oh.
We'll edit that
I am
out.
gullible with a capital G.
Oh,
yes?
Why does the shock trap have a deranged, genetically modified mouse for an icon?
To show it is a trap. I don't know what the art department was thinking. I think it was more limited pixels.
They had plenty of space compared to some of the other stuff. They could have drew a wonderful mouse trap, too.
Well, I mean, not sued by the board game company.
An actual mousetrap.
I'm pretty sure the board game company has mousetraps licensed.
You could. Or you mean trademark?
Yeah, trademark.
Okay.
Yes, that's what
I don't think you can do that because it's an invention. Or because it has prior art, if you know what I mean. The name mousetrap has been used in a in other contexts. So,
well, you never know.
If you made a board game and you called it mousetrap, you would have an issue on your hands. But if you had a separate device or something where you just referenced it, you could do that. Yeah. So this is why I just want to point out that we're discussing law in this LP.
Yes, law and order.
No.
Who watches that anyways?
There's no order here.
No.
I don't know why you would think there was order here.
And I don't know why I'm still falling for it.
Seriously?
Yeah, I don't even think I realized it at this point.
I
think, oh well, you know, if I'm fast enough.
Show him on your map again too.
No, then I'm like, I quickly check and I'm like, no, he's not there. I guess I was just paranoid. It's always interesting to watch the videos and wonder what the hell you were doing when you were recording this.
That's what editing's for. We just edit all that junk out. Was I doing something stupid? You'll never know because it's gone. You have no evidence of it.
Oh, but the fact that you said it that way also means you're very suspicious, Mr. Dish.
No, I'm not.
I don't know.
You have no evidence for me being suspicious. I deleted it.
Aside from your name. I've seen you suspicious types before. You and your shifty eyes. And your dish-shaped heads.
Shifty eyes? I'm sorry, I prefer caps lock eyes.
So that's what these kids are calling him these days.
Sure, why not?
And he's gonna fall for it again, just so you know. He hasn't learned his lesson.
Just like you haven't.
No. You could almost say he was human. No, he's not.
No, you couldn't. Why would you think you could say that?
That's why I said no, he's not. And this time he dropped a shiny. The shinies can generally be anything from a scale or a fin, or... I'm not sure how we drop a big fin like that, but whatever. Free items are free items. Yeah, but usually it's like a money item to get. Sweet, sweet, delicious tears. I think the actual explanation for the tears is it's like a...
He's sad?
No, it's like...
Why not?
Yeah, when you make them sad...
Are you saying monsters don't have emotions? Don't have feelings?
Well, I think it's something like they will cry out in pain or something like that, and they form like a sort of like stone or something like that, and then this stone can be used as an alchemical reagent for healing items? I don't know.
Okay.
Medicines, I guess. Not entirely sure. But
so what are those wasp things?
Vespoids. They will paralyze you occasionally, and then the monster can stomp all over you as long as you're paralyzed, and you will not get up until it's over.
Vespoids? Isn't that like a pop group from like the 90s?
Not sure. But I am trying to get him to run into this trap so I can capture him. His fins are down, that means he's weak enough that he's either almost dead or can be captured.
What was that?
Are you okay?
That was the dumbest animation.
Oh, yeah, the thing where he flops on his belly and shimmies across the ground.
What? Sorry, I don't even know what just happened.
He tried to kill me, but oh, he's limping. Excellent. And his ass is grass.
No, it's not. It's scales.
Well, you don't know what they do to them in the training arena. It's
Please
very
just
scary.
Quiet. Just no. We're not doing that.
But yeah, as you can see, he's asleep. I tranquilized him.
Oh, you can see he's asleep because bubbles come out of his nose.
That and he's snoring if he had sound. Well, and the whole indicator of that he's breathing means that he's alive.
That's
oh no,
breathing?
he ate me.
Like, what are the bubbles coming out of the nose? Like, no
That's
animal
just,
does that.
It's just to indicate that something's asleep. Like if you have a weapon with a sleep status effect on it.
Does he have like soap in his nose, or like?
Well, you see, all monsters come equipped with a bar of soap, so they can drop it in the shower.
Sure.
But I consider this a hunt successfully taken care of and whatnot. I didn't even die once.
We've got our celebratory clipping ceremony as well.
Yeah. Well, you know, you gotta... The only thing I forgot to do with was use the cat. But alas, lots of lobster shells. Those are actually pretty rare to get, so I'm kind of happy about that. Ah, delicious fins. Maybe I can make some fin soup. I'm never gonna use the fins, let's be honest. They make horrible armor. The cat's been doing everything the cat's not supposed to be doing.
That time remaining countdown is a liar. There's not 100 seconds left in this thing.
No. It's... But,
Bye!
Bye. We'll see you the next time.